have something really exciting planned for today for my writing, and that is picking names for my characters. I have been working on this book for about 3 months now, and I still have no names for my characters. A little bit of an oversight on my part so far, but I was just so anxious to work out the story that I kind of didn't think about naming my characters. And then as I started the outlining process, I started to have a really difficult time outlining because I didn't have names for my characters. I would say things like, he goes here with him, and then I'm like, who is he and who is him? So I think it's time to give my characters names so I get less confused. Also, so my characters can just come to life a little more. Right now, they're just figments of my imagination and some words on a page. So naming my characters is not going to be an easy task, and my goal this weekend is to finalize character names. My plan is just to look at baby names and just see what I can come up with. I want to look at baby names from different regions and names that mean different things. I'm looking for more unique names, but not names that are difficult to pronounce or difficult to spell. I just want something that sounds a little more fantastical since it's a fantasy novel, but then also just fits the character as well. I'm gonna have a really hard time doing this. I think I'm very bad at making decisions like this. So I'm just gonna start searching names. I'll show you what I'm doing so you can see. And then any name that I come across that I think might be a possibility or that I might like, I'm going to put in a little Excel sheet. And I'm going to keep this list because if I decide to write another book, I can always go back to this if needed. And then hopefully later tonight, maybe tomorrow, I'll have like a short list and then finalize my character names. I'm not going to do every single character tonight. I'm just focused on, I think, 4. Now I just want to name them all. We'll just go with 5 or 6. Oh, this is going to be hard already, I can tell. I'm really excited to get into this because I've not really looked at baby names. The last time I looked at baby names was when I was naming my cat, and that was like 9 years ago. So maybe I'll come across some new things, who knows? Break time. I have been scrolling on this computer for about an hour now. I did get a little snack because I'm starting to get hungry. I'm going to keep scrolling. This is already taking so much longer than I thought it would. The issue is there is so many pages out there with baby names, and I don't know the best place to find like comprehensive lists or anything like that. And this is just taking a really long time to scroll through these pages, go back, find another page. It's exhausting. I'm gonna eat my snack, keep scrolling, I think I might end up moving to the couch because sitting here scrolling in the same place for an hour it's getting old. But I'm gonna keep going. I've already found some good names, but I feel like I've just scratched the surface, so I definitely need to keep going. It is day 2 of trying to name my characters, and my goal was to have my major main characters named by the end of today, over the course of the weekend. Do I realistically think that's going to happen? No, not really. I think I definitely bit off way more than I could chew with this quest. I've had a blast looking up names. It's been so fun, especially seeing names that aren't common and aren't used anymore. Just to see these names and thinking, oh, that might be a good name to use for a character or in my world. But the issue is there are so many resources out there. And also there's a lot of avenues to investigate. I typed in Greek baby names, Italian baby names, Scottish baby names, English baby names, and ancient names, and names of gods and goddesses, and all this stuff. And I still don't really have a clear picture of what to name my characters. And I definitely think I need to keep researching because some of these lists don't have names, and then you look at another list and it has different names, and another list and that has different names. My list right now is still pretty short. I've only got around 10 to 15 names for each character, and I'm going to change my strategy a little bit. So yesterday I wanted to break it up as possible names for my female main character, possible names for a male main character, and then possible names for side characters. And I think what I'm going to do is just separate the names between male and female. That way I can get like an overall list of names, because sometimes when I look at the female main character names, I'm like, that doesn't fit. But then if I don't have those same names when I'm looking at side characters, then I might miss out on a really good naming opportunity for the side character. So today I'm going to continue going through names on the internet. It is, like I said, it is really fun to learn about all these names and stuff. What I am also going to do is try and make up some of my own names. What I noticed when I was going through names yesterday was there was quite a few names out there that I liked, but they've already been done before, or they just didn't sound quite right. Like maybe they just didn't sound like they belonged in a fantasy world. And while I definitely will not come up with crazy names you can't pronounce, but what I'm looking for is maybe I just change a letter and it changes like the syllables of the name or the pronunciation of a name, or just add something a little different to an existing name. It's just a fun little creative exercise to see if I can come up with something, and who knows, I might. So I'm gonna get started on this. I have another few hours to dedicate to this, and we'll see where it goes. I am done with character names for the day and probably the weekend. I'm admitting defeat. I could not come up with character names in 2 days. I did come up with a really good name, which I think might be a last name of a character. But it is just so hard. There are so many names out there, and I just found myself going down the rabbit hole of looking up all these different versions of names. After a few hours, my eyes started to get blurry, and I was really struggling to stay focused just physically from staring at a computer for several hours. But I did make some progress. I added more names to my list, which is great. This was a great learning experience for me because now I know it's going to take longer than I thought it would to create names. I'm still going to work on it for the next several days. I do want to decide my characters' names before I start writing because obviously that would make the writing process so much easier. But I still have a ways to go, and I do want to get the names decided before my outline is finished because, like I said earlier, I'm struggling a little bit on my outline because I'm just using a bunch of he's and she's, and I don't have the names of the characters in there, so it can get a little confusing. So I'm happy I made some progress and made a list of names. Am I disappointed I couldn't name my characters? Absolutely. I think I was just a little ambitious and I didn't realize how much work this would be. I am being really thoughtful about it because I do think names are important, especially as a reader. You need to be able to read them well and understand the name, and then from a character's perspective, the name has to fit their personality. Maybe I'm putting too much thought into this. I don't know. But it has been a fun experience nonetheless.